in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using a Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect.
Thanks to the fans. It was a great arena, great start. We're going to have a lot of games, but we need this arena hopping for this team as we figure this out. We're not there yet, but we're doing some good stuff, but we got to be. We're going to have a lot of games, but we need this arena hopping for this team as we figure this out. We're not there yet, but this. It was good, but do we want to be good or do we want to be something special?
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ty Richardson, we're at Wheeler Power Sports.
You got to make 7, 8, 9 threes. You cannot go 4 for 20 and win in the SEC. You just can't. And so now maybe you shoot twos. I'm good with that. So now we go 4 for 11. If we're a team that only shoots 11 and we shoot 55% from the floor and we make free throws, do you care how you win? Now, I want us to shoot 24 to 25 threes, but we got to make.
Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Dear Chuck's manners, I just talk over him.
Yeah, pardon me.
He says, excuse me.
Excuse me while I interrupt you.
Pardon me.
Don't try to stop me. Excuse me. Excuse
you are
me.
polite. I've noticed
Excuse
that.
me. Excuse me.
I've noticed that about you since we've been doing the show together. We've known each other a long time. I had no idea Chuck was so polite. You know, he's trained himself well. And it overcomes a lot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Good crowd last night. Not great crowd. Good game. Hogs won it by 16 over Lipscomb to open the Cal era. We got a cut over there.
We're going to have a lot of games, but we need this arena hopping for this team as we figure this out. We're not there yet, but we're doing some good stuff, but we got to be better than this. And it was good, but do we want to be good or do we want to be something special?
It was just like yesterday was.
It was. It was so weird.
What a weird day.
Yesterday was the weirdest day. And I'm going to attribute the fact that the crowd was not overwhelming last night to the fact that it was just a weird day.
It made me feel better to see how America was yesterday because that's how I feel some days. I don't feel it. And people just weren't feeling it yesterday. Chuck and I pulled out of the studio. We ride together. I pick him up in the mornings now.
Same
same
driver.
He's got to have car service.
Yeah, I do.
And so I go pick him up, and then I was taking Chuck home, obviously, after the show, and we were just marveling at how nobody was on the road.
It's like Christmas morning.
No trap, yes.
It was.
You got to go find the one place open that's selling a couple ounces of milk.
I know.
That you got to have to
If there was ever a day for America to have a hangover, it was yesterday.
Did you see all the videos of people just what is with the trend of filming yourself crying and posting it on social media?
See, I don't think I'd have done that.
Have you seen this? Yeah, it was rampant yesterday.
I missed all that.
Oh, it's a new thing, too. Like, this is what you're missing on Snap,
I guess so. Wow, I am missing out. I could film myself crying.
But people, real people. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Real people, Chuck, real people with real emotions. I can't even say that. Because if you're filming yourself crying, is it even real?
Well, that's a fair.
Because when
point.
I'm in
acting.
tears,
You're merely
when I'm an
acting.
emotional wreck, I'm not like, let's get out the camera and film myself being an emotion. Like I can't even get there.
Could we be a little
that
more
actually
dramatic?
takes some talent. I mean, that's skill.
Everyone has this desire to be dramatic. I'm going to post the most dramatic video. I'm feeling things in a way you can't even imagine. And I need
I'm
to
gonna show you.
I need to show you.
Yeah.
I need to show you my feelings.
So apparently that's why people weren't out on the road yesterday.
I don't know.
They were just emotional.
I don't know what the deal was,
Some
but it
people.
was strange all day long. Just strange all day.
I think we had two schools of people. We had those people filming themselves crying, so they were emotionally exhausted at home, and then we had people who drank all night while waiting for the speech or
That's
the
right.
final results or whatever, and then they were hungover. So we had an emotional day yesterday. And I just don't know if people had it in them to go to a basketball game.
I thought that last night. I mean, I really
I
did.
say Wednesday, they're like, man, Thursday, I cannot feel like I did on Wednesday.
I'm
And
looking
going to
around.
a game and getting out of there and traffic, and I'm going to get home late. And Thursday, I can't be tired 2 days in a row.
Well, I know. I think there was a lot of that going on for the game. Game, and I don't recall. I'm going to be very honest. I have no recollection of what I did the day after the 2020 election. I have no recollection of what I did the day after the 2016 election. But I think I'll remember yesterday just for the weirdness of it all.
So strange. Well, the Hawks did win last night.
They did
by
win.
17.
And there were
Was
points in the
16,
game where they played really well.
76-60. So they
60.
covered.
That's true. Yeah, they did, as a matter of
Which is
fact.
really important.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about
Good,
that, but
good,
they did.
good teams win, great teams cover.
Oh, God.
Well,
There
yeah.
we go.
They don't look great yet.
Bart's a fan already.
They don't look great yet. They look okay.
No, I mean, yeah, the 3-point shooting, you know,
good,
is
really
is the
really
one thing.
good players.
Yes.
But they're not a team yet.
They settled
Correct.
for some shots last night, but here's the good thing they did. They beat a veteran team. You know, you've got a bunch of new guys thrown together, and you were playing a team that won 20 games last year. They returned four senior starters from a team last season. Those are the kinds of teams that you play them in November and December, you get beat. And I thought they handled themselves very well against a veteran team that had been there before. And that, to me, was the most encouraging thing that came out of last night.
Arkansas's got to figure out a way to make threes. They got to make some threes.
Well, they've got to shoot threes within the framework of what they're doing, as opposed to settling for threes. But now shooters are going to shoot. I mean, they are. Boogie Flan's not going to stop shooting.
Well, it's funny that you said that because he actually said that last night.
I know I'm a shooter. I'm going to keep shooting, Coach is confident in me and shooting. My teammates are too. And just doing that, keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting, baby.
Here's Cal on 4 of 19 from 3.
You got to make 7, 8, 9 threes. You cannot go 4 for 20 and win in the SEC. You just can't. And so now maybe you shoot twos. I'm good with that. So now we go 4 for 11. If we're a team that only shoots 11 and we shoot 55% from the floor and we make free throws, do you care how you win? Now, I want us to shoot 24 to 25 threes, but we got to make 8, 9, 10. Now, we've had 3 games right now, and we've made 4, 5, and 4. So we got some guys like you can't go 1 for 8. Then you go 1 for 4. How about that?
Whatever goes on in Cal's mind, I want some of that. Like if he's taking something, he can make a point out of anything.
Oh, yeah.
And just pontificate on it. Like, the bench needs to be longer. I mean, he would just go and he would give you like 3 great points about that.
Oh,
there's no ground he can't cover.
He can articulate his thoughts. I mean,
it's
he has
like,
no
wow.
problem forming thoughts and then articulating them.
I don't have any
That is his
idea
strong
what he said there. I think it was they got to make more threes, but I mean, it was in depth about.
Hey, we were talking about this last night during the pregame show about how we went through 30 minutes, and I think Z went through on the pregame show. I think he had 6 or 7 minutes and asked 3 questions. And, I mean, it's just incredible. He just takes off, and away he goes.
He's so good when he gets on the mic. He can carry it. Like, the thing if you're interviewing him is when's the next question?
Well,
and when do I interrupt?
Yes,
and when do I jump in?
I ran into that, and I'm going to be honest, just from a broadcasting perspective. I don't want to get too nerdy here, but I'm trying to pick up his cadence. in his voice patterns in our interviews, because that's the thing I want to know is when's he done? And there was not, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know.
But last night,
because he'll
in
carry
the post game, he paused for a second, and I thought he was done. And I'm not sure he was in retrospect, and so. But you got to pick up the rhythm, you got to pick up the cadence, and he's a natural at that.
Well, let's go back to what he said about the crowd, and he's talking about the team a little bit too. But I don't think we should gloss. I think we should think about this.
We're going to have a lot of games, but we need this arena hopping for this team as we figure this out. We're not there yet, but we're doing some good stuff. But we got to be better than this. And it was good, but do we want to be good or do we want to be something special?
Midweek basketball games are tough, and we all understand that. I also can remember a time where nobody talked about that. Nobody said it was tough to go to a midweek basketball game. They would just go.
Yeah.
And there may be a time this year that occurs again. And, I mean, this is a really good team full of future NBA players that you're going to wish maybe you had seen play live more. They're not the finished product, and they didn't play a name brand opponent last night. They played like the great value version of, Charmin or whatever. They didn't play the actual brand.
They played Nutri-Taste. They didn't play Equal last
whatever
night.
it is. Bart giggled. I don't know. What's another off-brand product that you go to?
Yeah.
Sam's Cola. They played Sam's Cola last night. Instead of, Dr. Pepper or Coke, and fans realized that, and they just said, we're going to sit this out. But part of the program, part of the environment, part of the culture, part of all of it is the fans and the atmosphere at the arena.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone goes to watch different things. Sometimes you go to watch a spectacular play. You go to watch a team blow somebody out. You want to see all that when you go. If you're one of those fans who likes to watch a good team come together, a group of individuals, because they're still, in many, many ways, a group of individuals. But if you like to watch a team develop, that's the thing that Cal always did at Kentucky. Now, it drove their people crazy after a while, and I get it. But if you really like watching a collection of great players blend together and get themselves ready to play for the games that matter the most, I think it's going to be a fun team to watch. And I think that's going to be one of the interesting things about the Cal era here is they're going to be great players. We know they're going to be great players. And I'm sure those Kentucky fans watch guys in the NBA now that they remember as freshmen, and their games are completely different. And it's fun to watch that stuff happen, I think.
By the way, do we have an attendance for last night? Because I pulled up the box
Well, they sold
score.
all the tickets.
Yeah, and they said it was 19,200 people.
Yeah, it's because it was a sellout.
Yeah, I know. Do we have actual attendance? Remember when we used to have estimated actual attendance?
Yeah.
I miss those days. And the thing is, I get why they took it off, because nobody agreed with whatever they came up with anyhow. It'd be like estimated actual attendance, and then everybody would be like, yeah, that's not right. And then we would talk about who's the attendance counter. Who's walking around?
Well,
remember? No. But you
with the clicker.
Well, you can't even do that. That doesn't work. So you have somebody who walks around the arena and they just look and they're staring off into the crowd, and it's like, I think there's about 2,500 over there. There's 3,000.
And then someone says hi to them and lose their train of thought.
They actually know now. With the ticket scanners, everybody knows exactly how
many.
Should.
That's true.
Everyone knows how many
That's
tickets
exactly
were
right.
scanned.
Yeah.
It's not something they say. And it's the NCAA's deal, because they let you count tickets sold as your actual attendance.
That's the kind of inside info we want on this show.
Well, I mean, just use a little common sense. Use a little common sense.
I need you to get
if every ticket is scanned, they're going to know how many are there.
I need you to get an insider on that.
Yeah, well.
Chuck can come on, and he's like, well, I mean, I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood, and he'd give us the exact number.
No, I'd be off by 4 or 5 just to make it look like it was, oh, man, he's smart. He was within 4 or 5.
Hey, you know what happened last night? The thing that you're encouraged by, and it's not going to be like this every game, but when Arkansas decided that it was time to take over the game, their athletes just took over the game. They forced turnovers, scored off turnovers, they put a little press on them, and effectively ended the game.
Throw a little Clark Kellogg term out there, spurtability. This team's got spurtability, man, and it starts on the defensive end. I resisted the urge to say spurtability last night on the broadcast, but I thought about it probably 6 times.
What held you back?
Well, it's Clark Kellogg's term.
What's holding you back, Chuck?
Whatever.
What is that's a motivational speaker right there.
I'm not interested.
What?
I'm not interested in that right
back?
now. I'm not interested in that this morning. You just keep all that to yourself today.
6. What's wrong? What's wrong, Chuck?
Nothing's
Late
wrong.
night.
We had a late night game, early morning show. I don't need to be motivated. I'm here. I don't need you to motivate me.
6:16. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We're just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Remember the classic Massey Ferguson tractors, straightforward, dependable, tough as nails, and easy to run? It's those classic models that inspired the Massey Ferguson 2600H series, as durable and reliable as the classics, with up to 74 horsepower and more comfort so you can work harder. The Massey Ferguson 2600H series. It's everything you want and need in a tractor. See one at Bush Machine and Tractor Company or visit bushtractor.com to learn more.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Have you tried the TGI Friday weekday deals? On Monday, they have 50-cent wings, traditional or boneless, 10-piece minimum. Tuesday, cheeseburgers and fries with a fountain drink for $10. On Wednesday, Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta for only $12. On Thursday, enjoy a half a rack of ribs for only $12. Stop by and check out the weekday deals at TGI Fridays, I-540 at Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. In here, it's always Friday.
Are you tired of the overcrowded fitness centers? Would you like a fitness option where you can actually work out? Then let's hang out. The Hangout is Fort Smith's newest fitness facility. It has an 8,000 square foot gym, indoor tennis, pickleball, and basketball with more sports coming soon. The Hangout offers group and individual training in the gym and boasts 3 active tennis pros to help you grow your game. Stop in today at 5400 Gary Street or thehangoutfs.com for more information. Be a part of something different. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Let's be honest. In the South, college football is a moral play. I mean, if you win, you're on the right side of God. If you lose, you better get right with Jesus. I mean, that's just how it works.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't see a microphone in front of Edward
I don't
today.
either. I noticed that
But
right
look
off
at
the bat.
Look at that right there.
Ooh, he's got a camera.
I got a camera.
That's what matters most. I mean, it really is. I mean, as you said, Bart came in yesterday, and the first thing he did is grab the camera Monday and put it back in front of him.
Yeah, the microphone.
The camera's intoxicating.
Oh,
I hate it. Just for the record.
Yeah,
but these guys
sure.
love it, man.
Sure you do.
No, I do, actually.
Come on, let's be honest. Yeah, Edward's not going to turn your mic on until he gets his own. I told him he deserves it. Like he should do that.
Yeah.
After the game last night, Hunter Yurachek gave Cal a game ball. Let's listen in.
You've won 850-some games, but this is your first in Bud Walton Arena that somebody's going to give you a game ball for. So I want everybody in here to sign it. So sign your name like you're signing, not number 3. No, sign your name.
Wants it to be legible. Wants to be able to look at it 10 years from now and actually know who signed it.
That.
I do.
I appreciate that.
I do too.
Like, there's nothing worse than, like, as a kid getting an autograph or whatever, and then you find it several years later, and you're like, who the hell is that guy?
Right. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. I mean, so it also that should be standard for what you tell the players when they go sign autographs for everybody. Yeah. But I love that Cal just called him out on it.
You remember when Oliver Miller used to just put the O?
Yeah.
He just signed O.
There's a lot of signatures that just aren't legible.
I know. Well, look at Bo's. I mean, when Bo signs stuff, there's like a B, and then,
that's
like
just,
a bunch of
anybody can forge. Anybody can forge my signature. Don't try it, but
Mine
anybody
too.
could. It reminds me of the story I saw this morning that a game-worn Michael Jordan jersey from the Chicago Bulls in the 96-97 season. He wore it 17 times. Has sold for $4.68 million.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about more money than sense. That's just why would someone do that?
I don't understand, and this is where I've just had a little bit different life, I guess, as a fan, because I've always been involved in media since I was, 19. But I don't understand. I do get like decorative things, memorabilia in your office, and you got a story behind it, and pictures and memories and all that. But and I'm not being critical. Don't get me wrong. But the people that go, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. The people that go out and acquire, like they go to trade, like they show
their investments.
Yeah, and they go, and that's, I guess that's true. But the other part of that is I don't understand why they're so valuable.
I don't either.
I don't understand how a jersey, that's a good point. If it's an investment, if you can get your money out of that Michael Jordan jersey at some point later, obviously you don't need it now, or you would have spent $4.6 million on it.
It's ego, man.
But what is the I don't know.
It's because you can. It's because you can. I was thinking.
Yeah, but when you tell somebody, like when you say, "Hey, come check out my office. Look at the Michael Jordan jersey I purchased for $4.6 million." Do people look at you and go, "Man, that's cool"? Or do they just go, "Man, you're rich, and I already knew that by the $10 million home I just walked into"?
It's kind of like when somebody opens their garage up and they've got 3 or 4 sports cars in there or something. I mean, they're not going to drive them,
just
but they
flexing.
sure like flexing.
It's flexing.
Yeah. I was thinking as you were telling that, years ago we were on a Razerback Club trip. I forget where. And, they always would auction off items, football, basketball, whatever. And the baseball team, I think, had just been to Omaha, and they had a signed bat. Everybody had signed it, and they put it up for auction. Now, most of these things will bring $400 or $500 by the time it's done. Well, these two guys started bidding against each other, a couple of, just old boys, and before it was over, one of them had paid $3,500 for that bat. And I overheard a conversation later. I never intended to buy it. I just wanted him to have to pay more than it was worth. They were just a couple of guys having a good time. Again, more money than sense. But I think that happens a lot too when you get it. It turns into a competitive situation, and if you've got the money and you want it and you want to win the bidding war, then you go for it.
Hey, more power to you. I just don't quite understand it, but it's cool. I mean, I guess it's cool to have a Michael Jordan jersey,
but not for $4.6 million.
Holy cow.
I mean, that's crazy.
It seems crazy, but that's just me. By the way, I don't know if y'all are electioned out, but I got some more election news for you.
Please,
if you're interested.
Please.
Somebody was able to put together a graphic of how each conference voted.
Well, I'm going to guess the SEC was straight red.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's only 100% on either side. 100% red for the SEC. I'm going to tell you who won each conference.
Okay.
I'll give you the percentage of. We got Team Red, Team Blue. Okay. Yeah, hopefully you know the different what that stands for, but if not, ask your kids. They'll tell you. So 61% blue for the Big Ten, 100% red for the SEC, 58% red for the ACC. Red dominates the Big 12 at 93%. Blue dominates the Ivy League at 78%. The Big East, 55% to the blue. The Pac-8, formerly known as the Pac-12, 89% blue.
Well, it's like Oregon and Washington. I mean, or Washington State. That's all that's left.
I didn't say any of this was surprising. The American Athletic Conference, 79% red. The Mountain West, 56% blue. The MAC, 57% blue. The Sun Belt. You know what I forgot to do? I was going to have Chuck give us the areas. He gave us that one a second ago. Chuck, tell us what the Sun Belt spans. Because they're 90% red.
It's in the South. I think pretty safe to say there.
Jonesboro's in there.
I'm going to say East is somewhere in Florida, maybe. East Coast stretches out to.
Bart, name 4 teams in the Sun Belt. Go.
Okay. Coastal Carolina, Appalachian State, Arkansas State, Troy.
Yeah, I was going to say
North
Troy.
Texas in that?
No, they're in the
Sun
American.
Belt? Are they?
Mm-hmm.
How far west does the Sun Belt go?
It goes into Texas, I believe. I think there's some team in Texas in that. Maybe Texas State.
One more conference. Conference USA, 86%.
Conference USA.
86% red. Well, let's just go there. I mean, why don't you just tell us who's in these conferences real quick?
Yeah.
Sun Belt, Conference USA.
I thought SMU was Group 5 until I remember they joined.
I know Jacksonville State's in Conference USA. You want me to actually look it up, or are you asking me it's like a game?
No, I kind of do. I kind of am curious now because I don't know. I don't know if I can name 3 or 4.
Well, the Sun Belt Conference, we have Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, James Madison, Marshall, Old Dominion, Arkansas State, Louisiana Lafayette, Louisiana Monroe, South Alabama, Southern Miss, Texas State, and Troy.
Chad Morris, wide receivers coach, Texas State.
San Marcos, Texas.
Where's that?
It's outside of Austin.
Way down there. Bosa, where is that? I turned to Bart.
It's outside of Austin.
It's somewhere, it's like within a few hours of Dallas.
You can make it to Dallas in a day from there.
Conference USA, real quick. FIU, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, Liberty, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, Sam Houston State, UTEP for now, and Western Kentucky.
Now, what league is that?
That's Conference USA.
Okay.
If you knew all those teams that Bart just rattled off, give us a call. We'll give you a Chuck and Bo hat.
That was
congratulations to you.
That was big.
A Chuck and Bo hat. Get it now before it sells for $4 million later. 877-377-6963. The Hogs win. And by the way, Sam Pittman is off the hot seat.
I read it yesterday.
We'll talk about it next on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah,
I believe
thank you. Thank you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV, for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I thought he was about 75%, but you got to go on the floor at some point. He needed to get on the floor and know, yeah, there's going to be some pain tomorrow because you're coming back to him playing. And that's why I wanted to shove him in the game and let him go. If you have no post presence, your team's a fraud. And the reason is if you think every game
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and we are live at Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District. Jose, but what we got whipping up today, man?
Man, today's special, we have the French Toast Turkey Melt, kind of a special sandwich. It really didn't put us on the map, but it did put a star by our name.
Daily specials every day at the award-winning Lily's Sandwich Shop. And if you don't believe me, ask Lily.
My name is Lily. My papa makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come Get You Some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all. They do it from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Good morning, gentlemen. Here's my question about Eddie's calls. Is anybody else up? Or do they wake up to Eddie screaming in the living room? How would you like to wake up like that?
I felt like I had gas filled up, baby.
What happens like when relatives come over and stay the night? Like, hey, we're from out of town, and all you hear is him like, and then I went to this song.
So I cranked up this song. Woo!
The Chuck and Bo Show.
How's breakfast?
Well, I didn't realize we were coming back from the break.
So
my bad. Sorry.
So, Chuck, we got to keep stats on Chuck's breakfast because we're just mowing through things on the first of all, as a group, we're killing some coffee pods.
We can run through coffee pods right now.
I mean, like if you want to, like it's an embarrassing line item in the budget. It is.
Well, above all other things, you got to keep that flow, man.
Right. But I don't. This is why you have your own company and your own show, because you don't want to hear corporate tell you start making a pot of coffee. It's not as expensive. We're gonna go K-cups, and it's gonna be more expensive. But we're happy.
That's how we roll.
We're happy about it.
First class all the way.
Also, I'd like to make a formal announcement today that Bart has added to his title head of HR. So if you have an issue, see Bart.
That's right. He's the one.
877-377-6963. Sam Pittman's off the hot seat. Chuck and I read it yesterday.
Right there on the internet.
Whoa.
Which means it's
got to be true.
Which means it's there. It's in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it coming up, but let's go to Jesse's call first. Jesse in Springdale. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Jesse.
You guys were talking about sports memorabilia. I have kind of a funny story. When I was a kid, my mom used to work at Ozark Orthopedic Clinic, which is where all the Razorbacks used to go.
Yeah.
And the championship season in '94, I don't know if y'all remember, but Darnell Robinson started the year with a broken leg. Well, my mom removed that cast and removed all the nasty insides and brought it home because the entire team had signed it.
Wow.
So we had that thing in our house.
That's big.
For years. And I remember as a little kid, like that cast only come up maybe not even halfway up his calf, and it was up over my waist. And I thought, man, that's crazy.
Wow.
Anywho, I wonder how much that thing would go for if it was still around.
Whatever you can get for it. That's what it's worth.
Just wait till somebody hits you up for one of those silent auctions next time and say, I got something. Don't
That's
tell them
right.
what it is. Just show up and set it on the table.
That's right.
And a note for what it is.
Well,
right
you
next
need
to
a
it.
live auction about the time you sense everyone's, sufficiently boozed up. That's when you say, all right, I'm going to see how much I can get for this cast.
Silent auctions, that's a whole game.
Oh, it is.
It's a whole game.
You got to lurk
You get some
around and
strategy.
hover,
Yeah,
you got to watch
strategy.
what's going on and all that
Jump
stuff.
in there at the end.
That's right. That's exactly how it works.
See somebody's true character real
And
fast.
what's really bad is like you go to one of these things and you think, well, I'm going to get it started just out of the goodness of my heart. And then nobody else bids.
Yeah,
and
I'll
all
tell
of a
you.
sudden you bought it.
I'll tell you a story about that.
Okay.
I did that. And then the person who made the thing that I bid on that went for, a couple thousand more than I put in, saw me later and said, man, that was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, the number you put up there. I said, I was just trying to get it started.
You weren't trying to win.
It's like
I didn't want to end up with it.
He's like $350. That thing sold for $2,500. And I'm like, well, I was just trying to. I mean, somebody's got to get somebody's got to go get the ball and put it in play.
Somebody's got to
They
inbound
let the real
basketball.
athletes take over, but somebody's got to get the ball.
Bo's like the referee handing the basketball to the guy who's about to throw
like,
it
y'all
inbound.
go play.
Yeah.
You go play.
That's right.
I'm not trying to insult anybody. Somebody's got to put the air in the ball and then give the ball, let the real people go. That's all I'm trying to do. So yesterday, I'm scrolling through social media wondering why. You ever do that? You're scrolling through social media and you wonder, why am I doing this?
It's habit.
And then you have a moment of awareness and you immediately drop your phone and say,
I've never done
I got to
that.
get myself together. What am I doing here? There's surely something else I got to be doing. But there it was, plain as day, on the internet. Sam Pittman has moved off the hot seat. According to some writer I've never heard of it on 3, and I mean no disrespect, I just haven't. It's probably great. But he said Sam Pittman has moved off the hot seat. And my immediate question to you is, agree or disagree? Because this is the topic in Arkansas. Like we kind of go on to other stuff and we try to bring other things that we can discuss and talk about. But it always goes back to when you're having coffee with your friends at McDonald's. Like at some point every morning in every coffee shop all over Arkansas, I feel like this comes up.
It does.
And it's happened
but
ever
it's not
since
just
last
here.
year.
I mean, pretty much everybody that's not ranked in the top 2 or 3 right now, when their fan bases get together for coffee in the morning, they're talking about whether or not they ought to fire the coach. I mean, that's what they do, college football.
And by the way, it happens in the NFL too.
It does. Ask Mike McCarthy.
They just like musical chairs in the NFL. You guys just move around.
Well, you don't even know who half the coaches in the NFL are. At least I don't.
That's because they took a chance on somebody now. You know, we got to try this guy. He's been a coordinator for a while. How often does that work?
I think it's because they hire people kind of like Major League Baseball that if they're willing to let the front office run it, then you can be my coach or you can be my manager. Not always, but I think in some instances that happens.
So with 3 games left, do you think that's true that Pittman has 5 games? So if you take a step back, which we're removed now from the embarrassing loss to Ole Miss. And it's still there, but it's not as fresh and on your mind as it was on Sunday. Maybe Razorback fans should take a page here and just video themselves crying and put it on social media.
Well, being off the hot
removed.
Well, being on the hot seat or off the hot seat and getting fired, those are different things. Every coach in the SEC is on the hot seat. Has Sam Pittman moved off the hot seat? Well, no. That seat's burning up every day, and it will be whether they fire him or not. Now, the question for all of these coaches out there and all the fans, it's not, again, is this guy's seat hot? It's, are we going to make a change? And just to be perfectly honest, I have not thought at any point this season that a change was imminent. I've not thought that. I don't think it now. That's just my opinion. I could be proven wrong, have been before, but I have just not felt like, my personal opinion has been that he's not going to get fired. But again, I've been wrong about stuff like that before.
So if you take this Ole Miss game and you just push it off to the side because it didn't happen yesterday, because you can't do that the day after it happens. Like it's just too right in front of your face. But if you take a step back, look at the overall season: 5-4, 3-3 in the league. If you think about what people were saying about the team going into the year, that's either about where you thought they would be or better. I don't think it's less than you thought it would be.
I'm sure there are those who can correct me if I'm wrong and are eager to do that, but I don't recall a team that went 4-8 the year before and was like, 2-6, 1-7 in conference, being 5-4 the next year, 3-3 overall, and people wanting to fire the coach. I don't know that that's happened before. Now, again, Arkansas has not reached the promised land, but there's been the type improvement that, generally speaking, I'm not just talking about here, but I'm speaking generally. Generally, those are the type numbers that keep your employment for you. But now listen, whether you believe the final 3 games are going to go well or whether you believe the final 3 games are going to go poorly, I'll say about this the same thing I've said in other situations. The season's got to play out. Everybody tries to determine the worth of the season as quickly as they can. They determine the worth of the head coach as quickly as they can. Most people come to a conclusion by the middle of September. That's just kind of how it works. But there's 3 more games to play. We're going to let this thing play itself out. But there's never been a point this season where I thought that the head coach was going to get fired.
We'll take some calls and thoughts on this. We've got some text rolling in, and you can jump in here if you want. 877-377-6963. An article yesterday that Pittman's off the hot seat. You heard Chuck's thoughts. We'll get yours coming up. We're brought to you in part by Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at all Walk-Ons locations. Great place to watch a game, but for my money, the food's also as good or better than you get anywhere watching a game. Incredible burgers, great salads, a bunch of Cajun type the Cajun Dia. That sounds like something Bart would love. It's good.
Sure does.
It's good. I've never had a bad thing at Walk-Ons, and I've been up and down the menu. The cheese logs. I mean, I can't say they're great for you, but man, they taste good. Walk-On Sports Bistro. Chuck and Bo Show continues in a moment.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off
I
air.
know.
It's something to be
aware of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show. You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation, and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Scion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great beer. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Remodeling your bathroom
room? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Zero, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
When I need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, I always choose the Inn at the Mill. It's centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit off I-49 and is the most unique choice of hotels in the region. Whether you're in town for the game, a concert at the Amp, business travel, or just a weekend away, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious, clean room ready for you. Reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
People who act like they're doing you a favor by being there, those things generally don't work out. What are you laughing about?
I was just thinking about how you come in here every day.
Oh, don't give me that now. Don't give me that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Chuck.
Shot
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, Flight by Yingling, the Fayetteville Auto Park, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. By the way, Pascal's got a great deal on hot water heaters right now if you're struggling.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. It's like $1,700, which is...
That's pretty good.
You can put it in yourself, and you might get around that price range, but you're not going to have a licensed and insured tech and
that's right.
And have, commercial grade parts, American made parts. So go Pascal.com. Who wants a cold shower? Isn't that the worst?
Well, I mean, when you looked at me and said you could put it in yourself, I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no way I could do that.
Some people do that.
Yeah.
I've learned that it's just completely frustrating and not going to be done entirely correct.
Well,
so I would just rather get it done right and have that peace of mind.
And
get the guarantee that comes with it. Because if I do it, there is no guarantee.
That's right.
Mike is in Fayetteville. Mike, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. One thing that I just wanted to throw out on Sam Pittman. Did y'all listen?
No, we're here.
No, you're kind of fading in and out.
Great.
Go ahead.
We got you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate it. Sam Pittman, Hunter Yurchek, I think he talked about it on Friday. And, if you kind of read between the lines of what he was saying, I think he really reassured us that the program is in a lot better shape than the emotion that we throw out, whether it's online or whether it's on, sports media, whether it's in print, wherever it's at, at the tailgates. Because he talked about how many bowl games Sam Pittman has been to and where the program is, and it's a lot better than where it was. And I think we easily forget where we were under Chad Morris. And I know in my circles and being at the games and listening to people and listening to sports talk, we just wanted to be competitive. Well, we were at a point, and still are, we almost win almost all the time in a lot of these games over the last couple of years. So Pittman has done exactly what we've asked him to do. And so I think as far as hot seat goes, definitely on the hot seat. But Hunter really alluded to it the other day. If you could really hear the spirit of his conversation, it was we're where we want to be, and there's a lot more to it. And I think Chuck, you really alluded to, there's a lot more than just hot seat underneath all of that, as far as taking real action and what we're going to do. But I just wanted to call in and throw that information in there. That call last Friday did a lot for me. Now, I'm not a pro Sam Pittman. I'm not against him. I want the best for the program, but it's graduating steps, and I give the guy credit. He's done exactly what we've asked him to do for being a positions coach, coming in, taking a head role, and we want him to beat teams that have got the Sabans and the Smarts of the world. And you're taking a positions coach, and you're asking him to elevate himself at that level without ever having been trained or ready for that level.
Yeah, and they got a bargain deal when they hired him, which they needed. I mean, that's a really well thought out opinion. You may agree or disagree, but I appreciate the thoughtfulness of the call, and I think he has made the program better.
I just think regardless of what your opinion is or whether it's better or worse or what it ought to be, I think what Mike talked about, listen to what Hunter's saying. Listen to the people that have the authority to do this, and then make a decision on whether or not someone's off the hot seat, whether or not somebody's going to get fired, because they're the ones ultimately that are going to make the call.
Approaching 7 o'clock. It's Thursday on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweating 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatingthemcosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Hog Noxious, our listeners just don't let us down. He said, Chuck, explain it to them. Smash or trash by saying swipe right or left.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny to partly cloudy skies. Our high today in the middle to upper 60s. We'll see an increase in the cloud cover tonight. A few showers further south. Our temperatures upper 40s north, mid 50s south. And then Friday, a chance of some scattered showers, a high in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts. It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Hey, Ty Richardson, I'm with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know you're a wizard here at First Financial Mortgage, but you do okay with the sticks as well.
Yeah, I've been playing golf since I was 5. I've been in the golf game for a long time.
Question is, what are you better at, golf or lending?
I have to say that equally both. I've used golf in my career to kind of help propel it as well. I used to prepare hard with golf. I do the same thing in work. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're live at Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
If you don't wear tailored clothing, dressing up a lot, you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, the rental is the way to go because you get in a lot less expensive. Your party all matches and you look really coordinated with the ladies in your event. And you get to try it on so everybody knows that it fits. There's no worries the weekend of the wedding. Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental because it's fun to look good.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Sound like we did more than we did the first half.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo. Some people don't just automatically walk out to their cars and their gas tanks are full. Sometimes it happens. I've run out of gas.
Unnecessary. Okay, how?
It's been a long...
How? Like,
because I just ran out of gas.
Right, but what was the situation that led to you running out of gas?
Broke. I was 22 years old and broke.
Then why were you driving if you didn't have
because I had to go to work. What world do you live in?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio show.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
How you doing, Chuck?
I'm doing well, man.
Come on, man.
It's the way you clap
Come on,
those
man.
hands.
Come on. Chuck had a late night last night calling the game. What time did you get out of Bud Walton Arena?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, late.
9:30ish, something like that.
Okay.
It was actually a quick game. It ended at 8:45.
It was a quick game.
It was a quick game. Not that I was pulling for that or anything, but it was a fairly
I think
brisk
if you're going to have midweek games, we got some
there weren't a lot of fouls. That was the thing. Arkansas only shot, I think, 9 free throws. Neither side shot 10 free throws, I don't think. Or at least
Arkansas shot 7, Lipscomb shot 9.
Okay, there you go. So that's what slows games down.
16 free throws.
Is all the
whole game.
And hey, I love Muss, but I mean, we all know at the 5-minute mark last night, Muss would have let the air out of the thing, and they'd have been fouling for the next 25, 30 minutes, and we'd have watched a parade to the free throw line. And last night they weren't shooting free throws. And they just played the game and let the players play, and I like that.
You were surprised by the crowd last night.
It was a little smaller than I thought, but I attribute that to just the overall general weirdness of the day. America was hung over yesterday, and I think it, continued into last night. I was surprised. Here's the thing, though. It may have said exhibition by the Kansas game, but Razorback fans did not treat that as an exhibition, and they filled the arena. It may have been the official season opener last night, but Lipscomb's not Kansas, and I think that's kind of was part of what led to it. But I hope the crowds are bigger. I'll just put it that way as we move to the non-conference slate. Most of the big games are played on the road, honestly, or at a neutral site. But I hope that place comes close to being full before we get to SEC play.
76-60, Arkansas beats Lipscomb. Here's Cal after the game.
We're going to have a lot of games, but we need this arena hopping for this team as we figure this out. We're not there yet, but we're doing some good stuff, but we got to be better than this. And it was good, but do we want to be good or do we want to be something special?
A little challenge to the crowd.
Well, I mean, I think that
and the team.
That was kind of the talk of the arena, honestly. Early in the game, and then really during the game was, wow, there's really not as many people here as we thought would be here. But I'm not going to criticize people for not going there. Everybody can make their own decision. If you want to go, go. And I think the people that went last night had a good time.
Nelly Davis got going a little bit.
Yep.
15 points, 6 rebounds.
You could tell last night he wanted to. He really wanted to be involved. And the thing about Nelly is, he plays all phases of the game because all those players are so good with the ball in their hands. We tend to focus so much on that. But, this is a guy that averaged 6 rebounds a game last year at Florida Atlantic. And you look at the numbers from last night, as I am right now, stalling until I can find it. He had, he had rebounds last night, too. He had 6 rebounds last night. And I can remember specifically one stick back that he had. So I thought he was active in all phases.
15 and 6. Big Z had 12. Boogie Flant led all scorers with 17 for Arkansas.
I'll tell you who I think is getting better every time out's Big Z. I mean, people forget he did not play at Kentucky until semester last year. He played 15 games. And I like the way, when he gets the ball in his hands out there on the high post, he can help you in a lot of ways.
Pretty efficient.
And he's good down on the low block, too. I mean, he is. He had 3 blocks last night on the defensive end. So he's getting better every time they play.
And Adu got out there. It's just good to get him out there.
He's, he played really well. Adu. I thought you were talking about Adu Thero for a minute. Sorry. We've got Adu. Adu and Adu.
Hey dudes are shoes. Adu is a player.
Cal said he was about 75% after the game. And, this guy's first team all-conference, among the best defensive players in the country. And he's going to add a full dimension or a new dimension, make him more of a full team.
It's funny how my mind works. It's also not funny that sometimes it doesn't. But I went to Hey Dudes for some reason, and I think it's because it's polarizing to some people.
What's that?
Do you have Hey Dudes?
Oh, I've got multiple pair.
Bart?
I do not know.
Some people are just anti-Hey Dudes.
Really?
Oh, like it's a thing. And other people are all for it.
I just wear them because they're comfortable and I can slide in and, slide out of them. Don't have to bend over and tie my shoes and all that. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah. Crocs?
I don't do Crocs.
See? Same. Yeah. It's the same kind of principle. Like you're either a Crocs person or you're not.
Hey Dudes are real shoes. I don't know that Crocs always are. See, when I think of Crocs, I think of old school Crocs. You put them, when you put them on back in the day, it's like putting on a big piece of hard plastic.
Put it on the pole, Bart. Hey, do you wear Hey Dudes? Would you be caught alive in Hey Dudes? And I don't know if we want to work Crocs in there too, but
Hey Dudes have become they have become part of the uniform of the middle-aged man, along with the quarter zip. You factor in a pair of Hey Dudes. Hey, go to an airport and people watch and look at the number of middle-aged guys wearing quarter zips and Hey Dudes because the shoes are easy to slide into and it doesn't require bending over and tying your shoes.
How important is middle-aged dressing? Attire. How important is the attire of a middle-aged man?
Well, it's got to be uniform-like. The colors may vary, like home and road uniforms, but the style remains the same. I mean,
so
that's just how it works.
If you have like a great fashion sense and you're a middle-aged guy, do people appreciate you? Do they look at you and go, man, that guy's just really well dressed? Or do they say, what's going on there? Why doesn't he just look
I think it depends.
Like, is it important to have some great fashion sense as a middle-aged man?
You can be casually dressed and still be neat. It's when you start looking like, you don't care. That's when, that's when you kind of cross
You described it well. It's uniform-like.
It is.
Like you get a quarter zip.
It's easy.
You get some Lulu pants, quarter zip. I mean, that's just good living.
And it's simple. You don't have to think about it. Picking out. It's like Nick Saban eating a grilled chicken salad every day at lunch.
Turkey.
Or turkey, whatever it is. It's the same thing every day. You don't have to think about it. And that's what I think a lot of middle-aged men aspire to.
Some people just won't wear hey dudes. Like you can go uniform.
Skechers. Skechers are the real shoe of the old guy.
I got a text. I would wear hey dudes, but I have this condition that prevents me from wearing them. I'm a grown-ass man.
Well, okay. There you go. Fair enough.
Therefore, I'll never be able to wear them.
All right. There's some truth to that. There might be a nugget of truth in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You can be a middle-aged man and still not be a grown-up. I think it's fair to say that.
Yeah. Shoes are the thing like that. You can go the quarter zip, you can go the pants, and then it's the shoes that kind of like take it one way or the other. Like this, it's either hey, I got my act together.
That's a younger guy's thing.
Yeah.
That's a younger guy's thing. An older guy, 3 good pairs of shoes, 3 good pairs of pants. He's good to go, man.
Yeah,
he doesn't need anything at Christmas.
Yeah.
He's got everything he needs.
Yeah, if you go basic colors. Yeah. Now, meanwhile, we have Bart today. Look at his socks.
Get a camera on those socks.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's do.
Stand up. Put
those things up on the table. Back up and put them up on the table.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Come on, Bart.
Classic Chuck. Classic Chuck. He doesn't care what the actual setting is. He just wants it to happen. All the cameras are on tripods. Chuck goes, get a camera on his socks. That would require Bart standing up.
I'm more of a macro guy. I'm more of a macro guy.
Get a camera. He thinks it's the Pat McAfee show. Get a camera over here. Yeah. We got cameras on tripods. Get a camera on Bart's sock. Hey, Bart, you notice how Bart dresses, though? Like, you just never know what's coming. Like, I don't know how you get up at, 4:30 a.m.
Wondering where this is going.
And decide that I'm going to wear Memphis Grizzlies socks.
Is that what those are?
Dress socks.
Yeah. I thought those were little snowflakes on there. I couldn't see that far.
No, they're definitely.
Well, nobody can. I mean, he had to identify.
They're light blue socks. They got little designs on them. I just thought it was like Christmas socks or something.
No, Memphis Grizzlies socks. Grizz had a big win last night over the Lakers. And so went with these socks this morning. I'm also wearing blue pants, so that's part of it as well.
Ronnie says all the kids going to school wearing Crocs and sweatpants just blows his mind. I mean, they're kids. They can wear whatever they want. Unless you go to a private school.
That's a parent thing, though. I mean, parents could say, get back in the house and put something else on. I mean, you could do that.
You know what I wore to school?
What? Navy
blue pants and a white button-down dress shirt every day.
You're at a private school?
And it was more like and there's a big difference, okay?
I went to
more
a
like
public
a
school.
church private school. Like in the third grade, if you go look at the yearbook, it's me.
You're it?
The third grade.
Okay.
Just so you know, it wasn't
one of those kind of
Pulaski
schools.
Academy
One
or
of those
Shiloh.
kind of schools, huh?
Yeah, I was the third grade.
I got you.
877-377-6963. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're reacting to the game. We're reacting to Pittman being off the hot seat, according to one college football writer. You can check out the show on demand. Chuck and Bo Show on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Listen on hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. We're also streaming on social media. We're going to attempt to show you Bart's socks there.
We got to get a camera on there.
I mean, the way you dress, Bart, is really something.
There's a lot
what does
of
that
even mean? What does that mean?
It means it's really something. That's what it means.
There's intent to what Bart wears. Have you noticed this?
Well,
there's intent.
The Grizzlies win a big game last night. That's the first thing anyone thinks. I mean, when the Hogs win a big game, first thing I think of is I got to put my Razorback socks on tomorrow. So I mean, it's a natural thought. I mean, I'll give him that. Yeah. But
I put on the blue pants. These were the blue socks I grabbed.
I just want to, for the record, I'll never own a pair of Hey Dudes. Like if you bought them for me, I would give them away.
That's okay.
I'm with you, Bo.
And I think the question becomes,
I'd never wear socks like that, so we're even.
I think the question becomes, what does that say about me if I'm not going to wear Hey Dudes?
You're a snob. You're a private school kid.
Or I'm a grown-up.
Whatever.
7:15. I made that whole text up, by the way. That was for me.
Oh.
7:15 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
You say, well, that's a tough thing to say when we live in a tough world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Aaron, what's going on this month?
We have new Polaris units on our lot, such as the Ranger XD 1500, the Sportsman 6x6, and the Razor Pro S. We have discounts here for the 2024 Polarises that have up to $6,000 off the original price. If you guys have any questions, call me or text me at 479-783-5822.
Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Get ready for the biggest sporting event of the year in the Oklahoma area. Modern Gun Deer Season 2024 and Jelco Outdoors has everything you need to have a great hunt. Hunting clothing and boots, rifles, ammo, tree stands, ground blinds, cover scents, feeders, knives, rangefinders, and everything you need for all the family to have a great deer season. Jelco wishes all the hunters good luck and safe hunting from your friends at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith.
Are you tired of processed meat and flimsy sandwiches? Subchain's gotten your last nerve? Then I have the place for you. Come see my buddy Josefa at Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. Locally sourced meat sliced daily and fresh breads from Harvest Moon Bakery. Daily specials announced on Facebook, including the Poke Bowl every Friday and Saturday. For to-go orders, call 479-567-3403.
My name is Lily. My Baba makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
Witz Marine, your authorized authorized Mercury dealer, is ready to take care of your winterization needs. With cold weather just around the corner, be sure and get your Mercruiser stern drives drained and flushed with antifreeze. For those without boards, it's a great time to change the oil and service the lower unit. Plus, treat your fuel for a trouble-free next season. Don't get caught this winter. It's also a great time to repower the old boat with a new reliable Mercury engine. That's Witz Marine, your authorized repower center. 823 North 11th next to Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
See, I've got this image of Clay in the fly shop by himself with a lot to say and nobody to talk to. And that and that
the dog.
And he's got the dog.
Looks at me. She looks at me like, would you just shut up?
And so Clay starts just tweeting stuff out, texting stuff out.
No, it's not tweeting.
All right,
there's
texting.
no
texting.
We need you on Twitter.
Texting and Facebook.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
As I was poring over just material today, how to make the show great.
Yeah.
How to make it great. I obviously didn't come up with much, but I was poring over material, and I came across a story where a man is he's got a lawsuit because he alleges that an ambulance hit him, and then they gave him a ride to the emergency room and then sent him a bill for $1,800.
Wow. That's awesome.
If you get hit by an ambulance or an emergency vehicle and then they rush you to the hospital, should they then turn around and charge you like they would anyone else for coming to pick you up and take you to the hospital?
No.
I think that's the definition of irony, right?
That is
like
ironic.
You get hit by...
Yes. A little too ironic.
Yeah. People get it wrong all the time. Irony.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And even when you know the difference, it's a struggle because it just sounds better sometimes to say it the wrong way.
Well, you're right. And we probably all are guilty of that.
Bart will not let it slide. Irony, coincidence, he will call you on the difference.
Bart's a wordsmith, a linguist, if you will.
Let's go live to Bart Pullman in the sock room. We got sock cam. We got
Where's
sock
the
cam
sock
yet?
cam?
No. Bart's
Edwards,
sock cam.
yeah, Edward did it.
Bart's not going. Edward's like, I'm going to do it. And Bart's like, no. Bart's like telling him no.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and man
Do
that
it,
camera
Edward.
and put it on Bart's socks.
Bart's not going to stop you. He's not going to do anything.
Let's not.
What?
Let's not.
What else you have on today? What is the hat? What is the hat? What do you have on that hat?
It's just a hat.
Well, it's got something on there. What is it?
It's a logo. It's a logo for a
Bart's squirming.
It's a logo for a soccer team.
Oh gosh.
So you got a soccer
Which one?
team hat on.
This is AFC Wrexham.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scottish soccer team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't understand.
You don't understand what?
No, soccer. Like the
No,
like
so just
the
soccer in
teams.
general?
Well, just the like the.
Hey, big game for the Razorback soccer team.
Texas.
Tonight.
Yeah,
Texas in the SEC tournament semifinals.
Yeah, that I understand.
Down to 4 teams in the conference
all
tournament.
the like European
All right.
teams. And
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a soccer question. How is the game different? Beyond the obvious, you got pros and such. The European game and the American version of college soccer. What are the differences?
Well, I mean, they're
beyond the quality of play, obviously.
Sure. Well, I mean, one of the big differences is substitutions. Like if you in pro soccer, once you're subbed out, you're out. Like you're done for the day. In college soccer, you can make substitutions just like you can in basketball.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
The best part of soccer is the relegation part of it.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Like that would make college football really. Nice use of the word fascinating.
Yeah,
that would make
I'm allowed.
That would make college football even more entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes
right
I think it makes any
in,
sport more entertaining.
If you're playing for the right to stay in the league,
because it makes every single game for every team matter all year long.
Can you imagine if you're playing in the SEC and you don't win enough games, Chuck, and you're out of the SEC next year, and that means you don't get the check that comes from the SEC?
Yeah, like kicked
and
out.
you're going to the Sun Belt.
You got to work. You got to earn your way back in.
Wow.
The thing is, it'd be easy to earn your way back in because you're not playing that schedule anymore. You get right back
well,
in.
if you
right back out.
if you can afford the talent to get back up, that's what a lot of these soccer teams run into is they get relegated, and then all of a sudden they can't afford the players they have on their roster, and so they have to sell them to make money.
I'm looking at Chuck.
I have this lost.
And all I see on Chuck's face is I want to change the topic.
You asked.
I want to change the conversation.
You
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I asked the question.
You asked.
I did. It was my fault. It was
tried.
great. No, it was great information.
How do I get out of this?
It was great information. It's just it's. I didn't know what you were talking about.
We got Sam Pittman written about saying he's off the hot seat. We got Arkansas winning their opener, and what people really want to talk about today are Crocs and Hey Dudes. Which, by the way, apparently this is unconfirmed reports that the Croc company owns Hey Dudes. I'm sure you could confirm.
Well, I stated a little bit earlier that Hey Dudes had become part of the middle-aged man's uniform. After reading some of these texts, maybe it's just part of my uniform. Maybe it's not every middle-aged man out there. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I think they're comfortable and I like them.
I like the light hoodies that you wear.
Yeah. I got my own personal style,
You do.
man.
You bring it. You do. How many suits do you have?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I wore a sport jacket of the game last night. I didn't see you there, by the way.
No, I was not there.
I dressed
was
up
not part of
last
the
night. I had a
crowd.
jacket on, slacks, uncomfortable shoes. I mean, it was a big night.
I was Uber dad last night.
Were you really?
Yeah. I'm doing the driving around, drop off, pick up, listen to Chuck a little bit on the game with Z, then listen to Dusty Hannas and Brett Dolan on the telecast there on the Watch ESPN app.
It was all over last night. You had Dusty Hannas doing the color on TV with Brett, and of course me and Z.
We got a cool event coming up in Northwest Arkansas to honor Ryan Mallet. The Mallet Family Foundation is having a Pros versus Joes flag football game. Dante Stallworth's going to be there. A bunch of former Razerbacks who played in the NFL and were teammates of Mallet's in college, playing against the Joes. Somebody wrote an article about it yesterday.
I'm looking at it.
And Lauren Mallet Hayes, Ryan's sister, who's going to join us to talk a little bit about the event, because it's going to be a really cool event at Farmington High School on Saturday. I'm helping out as the MC, and I guess, she had given that information. I don't know how this happened to whoever was writing the story. And so in the story, they're listing off all these pro athletes or former Razorbacks, and I was included in the group.
Well, let me just read the line. Let's just go to the actual article. Now, first off, let me just say this. I loved Mallet. I hate I just loved Mallet. Yeah. And once-in-a-lifetime guy, and I'm glad they're doing this. But they're going through all the pros that are going to be there. And they list, a lot of good ones, people you've heard of. And then it says, the list does not stop there, however. Mackey Award winner DJ Williams will be in attendance, showcase his abilities on the field. Then my favorite line, winding out the pros lineup are Zach Hawker, Tyler Wilson, Jeremy Sprinkle, Ben Cleveland, Bo Mattingly, and Casey Dick. Now, you think about how bad Casey Dick feels. His name's listed after Bo. Casey was a pretty good player. He's a hell of a coach. And his name's listed after Bo in terms of pros. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I, of course, texted Bo.
Can we get Casey on the phone? We need to hear how he feels about this.
I texted Bo, and are you the holder? What's the deal? What are you going to do? He goes, well, I'm actually the MC.
Yeah.
And so, that's a little more like
it. Yeah.
But seriously, I saw Casey Dick after you, and I'm like, God, what does the guy got to do?
I'll be signing autographs. And I've already got the article framed and up at the house already.
Unbelievable.
With my name highlighted.
But the list doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's when you knew it was going to be good.
I've always wanted to be right between Ben Cleveland and Casey Dick.
You'd be easy to pick
as
out.
a player.
You'd be easy to pick out.
Let's see the team photo.
Who does not belong in this picture?
Charlie's in Camden. Charlie, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Wait a minute. Bo, how tall are you? I got to know this.
Well, I'm 5'6", if you're not measuring. Maybe 5'5.5" if you are. Luckily, they just ask you on your driver's license. I think next time I get my license renewed and they say, 5'6", I'm going to, nope, 5'10". Let's just see if they put it on there. Because they might.
They give you a little, sometimes you could ask for a little more hot, on the roster. So were we telling another Rudy story? I like that movie, by the way. You're saying you're going to fit between Casey Dick and Ben Cleveland. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
That's
where they put me. No, that's where they put me on the list. On this mistake. Sometimes mistakes in articles work out in your favor. Not very often, but this is a good miss for me. This is a personal highlight. Man, on a completely weird Wednesday, Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It's incredible.
There
Caught
you go.
my eye.
Because I said it to you.
Yeah, he did. And, it was one of those rare occasions where I actually read one of those texts and opened the article up, and there it was.
Yeah. So anyhow, Charlie, enough about my height.
Hey, if it was a roster, he'd be listed at 5'8".
That's right.
There you go.
For
There
sure.
you go. Give him a couple inches, for sure. But I was going to say, man, listening to Calipari after the game, watching him during the game, I was like, well, that's the same Calipari I've always known, and he's not going to change. I know these Kentucky people are getting on our stuff and commenting, he's doing it.
They're
Look,
side-eyeing us.
Here's where he has changed. He's not, he is understanding the fact that, you know what, I got to combine veterans and getting guys like Nelly and bringing in a guy from Tennessee like that. I got to get the vet with the young cats, and we're going to get to work. And you know what? I know that they didn't make a lot. But the thing is that he said during the post game, I don't pull guys for missing shots and turnovers. I pull guys when they don't bust their butt, when they don't hustle, when they don't defend, when they make mistakes like that. And I thought, he reminded – Mutz was a little similar in that sense, I think. And, look, this team's going to make some threes. But the thing with that is, you got to – like he said, you got to figure out where you're getting them. I thought Big Z was great down the stretch last night. Everybody wants someone to be someone. Chuck, Big Z's not a guy that's going to grab the ball down there and go dunk on somebody. But it's okay to be finesse, skilled, and do what he does well. And as the season goes along and this team continues to build chemistry, man, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. And so I'm excited about this season. I mean, I know it's going to take some time. They might get blown out this week. I don't know. But the thing is, they're going to keep getting better, and they need to keep getting healthier. I thought Brazil looked good for the minutes he had. I was worried when he took that shot to his knee. Thank God he got up. But, from your eyes, Chuck, you were there, I'm sure. What do you think? Where do you think this team is headed? And you think they're going to keep getting better and all these things? So,
thanks, Charlie.
You as well, and I'll hang up.
Yeah, man, have a great day.
They've got too much talent not to get better. I think, as I said the last hour, to me, one of the real interesting things to watch on this team is, we've not seen a collection of individuals like this in terms of individual talent here. And, one of the things that Cal did really well at Kentucky was assembling a team as you go along. And sometimes you think of your team as being the finished product in the first game. Well, it's far from that. And so they'll continue to develop during the year. But there's so much talent. There's just so much talent. And they'll become a team as we go.
877-377-6963. You can call or text. It's the Chuck and Bo Show at 7:33 on November 7th. Good Thursday morning to you.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For me, when it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's just one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, hand-picked for their quality and beauty. And they don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you every step of the way. So whether it's a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or maybe just treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I want to make a couple of points here because I have the floor.
All of it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Together we stand as tall as the Tower of Old Maid. Our memories are etched in stone like names on Senior Walk, and our blood flows Razorback red. For 100 years we've been hog wild, and today we continue the tradition. We are Arkansas Razorbacks.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, 16 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your custom or buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR, or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I really appreciate freshness, just in general, across the board.
I know you do. When I think of Bo, I think of fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, personal hygiene is something that should be valued, just for the record.
I love the way you value it as well.
Lauren Mallet Hayes, sister to Ryan Mallet, who we lost tragically, and is the head of the foundation, the Mallet Family Foundation, joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show this morning. Lauren, good morning. Glad you're here. Hope you're well.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Love what you're doing here with this Pros versus Joes game. Tell us about it and what it's for. It's going to happen on Saturday in Farmington.
Yeah, so this will be our annual kind of big fundraiser for the foundation. The proceeds will go to help increase the number of camps that we can put on for kids free in the summers to follow. We've got a good lineup, about 15 most of them are previous former Razorbacks. We've got one Patriot coming in that played with Ryan in New England, Dante Stolworth, and then we've got a big crew of that 2010 team, DJ Williams, Joe Adams, Darius Wright, Tyler Wilson, and Casey Dick. That group is coming back, and so it's going to be fun to see them on the field again. They'll be playing a flag football style game again. Just a regular average person across the state, so we've got about 13 Joes coming out to play. So we'll play about an hour worth of flag football, and then we have Heath Sanders, who's also an Arkansas native, going to put on a concert immediately following that game. The players will also have a meet and greet time where they'll sign autographs for the kiddos and fans from about 11 to 11:45 before everything kicks off that morning. So it's just a really fun, family-friendly event. We wanted it to be where the kids could come, not anything too stuffy. When we thought about putting something together, we kind of had Ryan in mind and what he would have liked to have been a part of, and we knew this was something that he would have loved.
What is your mission with the Mallet Family Foundation?
Yeah, so anybody that really knew Ryan knew how much he loved kids and sports. So we really thought about how do we combine those things, because those were the stories that we continued to hear from fans around the state. And so what we decided was the way we gave back was by creating these free camps for kids throughout the state so that especially kids from lower income households could have the ability to participate in some of these sports, see if it's something that they like. We know, sports can teach lifelong lessons to kids. It's not just about the winning or losing. And coming from a family of coaches and playing ball myself, there's a lot of value that comes into being in team organized activities. And so the more kids that have that opportunity, I think the more value that could bring to them and to our state. And so we are partnering with schools and putting these camps on for free. The student athletes that help us put on the camps get their volunteer hours for graduation under the new LEARNS Act. And then we also make a monetary donation to the schools that help us host these camps. And then our goal is for them to use those funds for those lower income kids to make sure they're able to participate on throughout their school years.
That's great. MalletFamilyFoundation.com. You can get tickets, right? You go there to get tickets for the event. It's a ticketed event.
Yes, it is a ticketed event. Also, all of our socials are Mallet Family Foundation, and we've got plenty of links on different posts to the tickets as well.
Heath Sanders concert, big day. No Razorback football game. 11 a.m.
I know. Yeah.
Doors
that
open.
was kind of the goal.
Yeah, the gates open at. I'm just reading your information here. The gates open at 11 at Farmington High School Stadium, Fayetteville, or Farmington Cardinal Stadium, and then you're going to be signing autographs, player meet and greet early on. At that time, and then the game. Who are the Joes that you're? Do we know any of the Joes? Like is it?
One of them is our board member, Justin Boving. There's Jordan Silva.
Do we have anybody that can play on the Joe side?
I mean, yeah, some of them, I think. We've got a couple of guys that have
I heard
played.
some hesitation there.
I didn't realize Arkansas had semi-pro teams, and so there's a couple of guys off of one of those teams that's coming. So we'll see how competitive they get.
You're playing, aren't you, Bo?
Well, no. Did you see this article, Lauren, where I got mixed in with the players? It was one of the highlights of my life.
Oh gosh, that's funny. I did see that one. That one's the Washington Enterprise one here. Yes, that was a very bad miscommunication. I apologize.
Well, please don't.
You need to apologize to the other people, not to Bo. Come on.
If we could do another article and replace Heath Sanders with me performing a concert.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
That'll
next
really get
level.
everybody out, won't it?
Yeah, fake news at its best. It's great. This is going to be a really cool event. And there you got swag bags and all these things. You go on the website, check it out, the Mallet Family Foundation. Saturday morning in Farmington. Go check it out. And Lauren, really love what you're doing. What a great way to carry on Ryan's legacy and memory. Having a great impact on the youth. And he was doing that as a high school coach. I mean, the job that he was doing at Whitehall was phenomenal. And even before that, as that was his passion. And so love that you're doing this. We're happy to help any way we can and really appreciate you coming on to talk about it today.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me, and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
All right, Lauren, we'll see you there. Thank you so
Lauren.
much. Lauren Mallet Hayes. Just log on to the MalletFamilyFoundation.com. You can also find it on social media. General admission tickets, $10 for 12 and under, 25 for over 12. Proceeds from the event will help fund initiatives for at-risk youth across the state of Arkansas. But you're going to see, Joe Adams, DJ Williams, Jarius Wright, all these guys, Dante Stallworth, Bo Mattingly.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be fun, though. It's going to be cool.
In all seriousness, anyone who's ever been to one of these type events, I've been on the Burlsworth board for a long time, so I've seen things like this. And when the kids get to meet the players, and let's just be real honest, sometimes these kids, this is the only time they're going to have an opportunity to do that. And you can see their chest puff out a little bit. And when they go back to their hometown, they're going to be a big deal. Sometimes these are kids that aren't big deals very often. And they get to go back and they've got the stories to tell. And it really makes a difference in these kids' lives. You can literally see the effect it has right in front of you when they're there.
I'm really passionate about kids playing sports. And I'm not talking about travel teams, okay? There's this whole phenomenon now that you got to play competitively. You got to be on a travel team, all this. But you just boil it down to playing a game. You don't even have to be good at sports. But to be able to play, to be able to get better, to learn about being a teammate, to meet new kids, all of these things is just so valuable. And I worry sometimes that we lose sight of that as parents and we turn it into competition. And I'm as guilty as anybody because I love competition and love it. But when you boil it down to the kid that has never played, plays right field, has one hit on the season, in baseball, and then his family's hosting the after season party and everybody's eating pizza and you look around and kids are smiling, they've had fun. That's what it's about. So I love that they're helping kids who otherwise might not have an opportunity to play sports. MalletFamilyFoundation.com. Chuck and Bo Show at 7:47. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies, provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened. And perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town. And you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
We want to make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday today. I can do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Deer hunting in the comfort of an enclosed 6x6 Lazy Man fiberglass box blind is affordable at Jelco Outdoors. Lazy Man Fat Girl blinds built here in Fort Smith with your choice of 6-foot or 10-foot tower blind platforms starting at $22.99.99. Box blinds are great for taking the kids with plenty of room and out of the weather. Check out the deer blinds at Jelco Outdoors. Hunt longer in the comfort of a Lazy Man box blind sold locally at Jelco Outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I don't give a damn what you guys think about anything. I mean, I really don't. I wear your scorn like a badge of honor. So just get used to it. That's right.
Man. I find myself saying that a little too much. I say that to a lot of people. Probably a little bit too often. Football tonight. You got the Bengals going tonight, Bart? What are you giggling about over there?
I was trying to get my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
And
trying to get the glasses on underneath the hat.
Yeah.
It's not the
it was like trying to walk blindfolded.
I understand.
Nearly poked my eye out. That's irony.
Bengals and the Ravens tonight, 7:15 on Prime. What's the Bengals record now?
Prime Video, Chuck.
You know, this is a true story. Last week, I got a call in the middle of the night from Region saying someone had, in New Delhi, had used my Amazon, had used my number, my card
Right.
to buy something on Amazon. That's what it said. It's like New Delhi.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Sure. Yeah.
So,
How much was it?
It was $127. and I of course said no. I did not charge it.
I am not in New Delhi.
The bottom line is, let me finish my story.
The next day, his Amazon Prime account was canceled.
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going. Because they immediately, I almost wanted to say, just out of convenience, yeah, I charged it, just so I wouldn't have to go through all this.
Right.
But I said no, and immediately they cancel my card, and so the next morning I wake up and it says your Prime Video is it's canceled, it's over. What just happened?
Look at the table.
Oh my God. Bart spilled coffee everywhere.
It's all over the composite SEC
God.
schedule.
It's unbelievable.
Look at it. He just rushed off.
Wow.
You ruined the composite schedule.
I thought something bad had happened.
Get that on camera. Look at him.
Let's go to the coffee cam. We got the sock cam and the coffee cam.
The thing about this credit card canceling business, Chuck, when you get one of those fraudulent charges, then your credit card's gone, and they're like, we're going to mail you one, and it'll be there in 2 months.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And that's why I was tempted to say, yeah.
Well, here's the other
thing. If it had been $4, I'd have said, yeah, that's me.
Here's the other thing. They can't tell you, it's not always identifiable. So we have an account that's a box account where you archive stuff.
Right.
Well, apparently it's owned by Apple, or you pay through Apple. So then you get a question like, did you charge $230 to Apple? And I'm like, I need more details.
Exactly.
I need to know what the charges are, not just the company.
That's right.
I got all kind of deals going with Apple.
I'm with you. It was the New Delhi part, though, when they said that to me, that kind of made me know it wasn't real.
If you've ever called to cancel anything, that's where you're calling.
There's some truth to that.
877-377-6963. I think we're going to talk to Dusty Hannes sometime next hour. He was on the call on television for the game last night. Arkansas, a 16-point winner in the opener against Lipscomb. Big topic today. Do you wear Hey Dudes?
That's the show.
78% of those participating in the poll said no.
Needs them. Who needs them?
Other people have been far more passionate about their responses.
I like a comfortable shoe.
Crocs apparently owns Hey Dudes. I mean, either way, they're all in it together.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
We are possibly entering what could be a golden age in Razorback athletics.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny to partly cloudy skies. Our high today in the middle to upper 60s. We'll see an increase in the cloud cover tonight. A few showers further south. Our temperatures upper 40s north, mid 50s south. And then Friday, a chance of some scattered showers, a high in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Get the best deals of the year on select New Holland tractors and hay equipment right now at WT Equipment during New Holland's year-end value bonanza. Get the biggest savings with cash back plus 0% interest, $0 down, and zero due until 2025. Don't miss your chance to harvest our best deals on New Holland's best equipment during value bonanza now at WT Equipment. Offer ends December 31st or while supplies last. We're commercial use only. Subject to credit approval and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
The American Patriot Promotions Gun Show is coming to Clarksville Saturday, November 16th and Sunday, November 17th. On Saturday, the doors open from 9 to 5 and Sunday from 9 till 3. The American Patriot Promotions Clarksville Gun Show is at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for military and police. Plus, veterans get in for only $5. Children 16 and under are free. Go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com.
From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The SEC has changed.
Major breaking news in college basketball.
Our coach has changed. Our roster has changed. One thing that hasn't changed, who we are. We are a championship program. We are led by Hall of Fame coaches. We are over 19,000 strong at home. And we are just as powerful on the road. We are the ones.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
That's the first thing you learn when you go into radio as a young man back in the day. You learn where the break room was, and they taught you how to smoke a cigarette.
And the guy telling you sounded like, hey, man, I think you maybe should come outside here, and we can talk about your career.
Welcome.
Well, and we need to have a cigarette while we're doing it.
That's right.
And then he'd pack those Camel unfiltered, and away you'd go.
That's exactly right.
And you're officially in radio.
You're ready to go, man.
Good morning.
That's exactly the way it worked.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this? Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio show.
Two ball-playing guys with a face for radio.
Here is
Chuck Barrett, and Bo Mattingly.
Arkansas forced a bunch of turnovers last night.
Indeed they did, 19.
Turned up the heat in the second half and really was the difference in the game. Won by 16, 76-60 over Lipscomb to open the season. John Calipari after the game.
Yes, we're good on the ball. We're pretty good at pressuring the ball and not getting beat on the bounce. Going forward, we're going to have some teams that a little bit harder to play that way, but we'll figure it out.
I mean, they did a good job defensively.
There's I think a lot of that's where the athleticism comes in. I mean, great players, great athletes, understand how to play the game on both ends. Those are the guys that stop the ball. And Arkansas's opponents this year are going to have difficulty getting into a lot of their offense, I think, because of the way they defend the ball. And there were many points last night where I thought Lipscomb really had to work. Not just to get shots, but to get into their offense. And that'll happen more times, I think.
877-377-6963. What do you think's going on? Like, I want to hear from fans. Are you paying attention to basketball like really? Or is it sort of it's there and you're waiting till later in the year? We're in this weird zone right now. You know, there weren't a ton of people at the game, which it's Lipscomb, I get that, but I kind of thought the Cal opener would come with a little bit more pop. And you know, Cal, he'll do something if he needs to make sure the stands are full, right? Like, this is part of it's all part of it. There's not just hey, we got great players and we hope fans show up. I mean, it's about the program operating at a certain level across the board, and the environment and the building being full is part of that.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're ever going to have a day where it's jam-packed full for midweek non-conference games. I just don't know if we're going to have that anymore, particularly when we get into a part of the season where some of the games are at 8, some of the games are at 6. It's hard sometimes to fill the place up during the middle of the week. I think, honestly, for Razorback fans, the opener was Kansas. It may have said exhibition in parentheses by it, but for Razorback fans, that was the beginning of the Cal era because they were playing the number one team in the country and they won. So I did think there would be more people there last night. I'll admit that. But there'll be more people as we go on.
I don't know if it really matters. I'm just really more curious of where people are, and what they're thinking about. But, like, are people going to go? Are people making a trip to Kansas City or Dallas this weekend?
I think some are.
I think
some will. Yes,
is the Kansas City game.
I think there will be some people in Dallas this weekend. There were a lot of Razorback fans at the TCU exhibition game. There were a lot of them there, 4-1 probably for TCU fans. I don't think it'll be quite that way Saturday night, but there's going to be a lot of Razorback fans there.
And it's merely an observation. I don't know how much this really matters. You'd love for Bud Walton to have some bigger games. Like, it seems as if a lot of Arkansas's premier games are either at a neutral site or on the road. By the way, that Cal game at Lexington, just given what we're seeing from the Kentucky fans, Kentucky fans are watching us like they watch Louisville.
They
right
are
now.
Obsessed with him. He can't do anything that there's not going to be a portion of their fan base that's going to comment on. Look, when Houston Nutt left here and went to Ole Miss, we were the same way to an extent. We side-eyed everything he did down there, and he'd say something, and their people would love it, and we'd go, yeah, you just wait. And that's what Kentucky people are doing right now. And that's not going to stop for a while.
We need to make a shift, Bart. Bart's back, by the way. He's back. He's back. He's not happy.
He has a stern
look on I haven't seen Bart this upset in a minute. But he did spend 10 minutes, a good solid 10 minutes, start to finish, of cleaning up the coffee spill. And including that,
like it never
that carpet
happened.
has never been cleaner. Like, it's cleaner now than when he spilt the coffee. And we're down 2 rolls of paper towels, but, I mean, he got the job done. Then he comes back with a full cup of coffee. I mean, that's what you do. That's why he's actually pissed. It's that he wanted another sip of coffee, and he had to clean. In his mind, I got to clean the whole thing up before I can have any more. And so he wouldn't speak to. Are you okay?
Are you over it yet, Bart? Are you over it?
I'll live.
You're what? Okay,
wow.
what's really going on?
Come on. Come on.
What's really going on?
let's not
that
do
you
that.
had masked.
Let's
You
not
came
do
in
that.
today.
What's going on in your life,
You had this
Bart?
pushed off.
What's
to the
going
side.
on?
Let's not do that.
Is
Do you
it
need
all
to
the-
unload right now?
Is
You
it
need
all-
to just like
Is it
tell
all
us.
the build-up
I
frustration of us making fun of you?
Do we need
No.
a video of you crying?
Absolutely
need?
not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, if you missed it, that's a new thing on social media. Film yourself crying. Do it.
I would
do
never
it.
do that.
Do it.
No.
Bart's not going to
We
do
do it.
that.
No. What the hell's the point of that?
I forget where I was
Bart's,
going. when
Bart's
I brought
almost
you in. I
had
looked
enough.
up. You were
Bart's
there, and I
almost had enough.
totally
I can
lost.
tell.
Where was I going before that? What was I talking
We were
about?
talking about basketball.
Yeah, I know that. We were talking about
Fans,
yeah, trips,
crowd
games.
size.
Oh, I know what it was. The Kentucky thing. So, we're not really attention seekers. What we try to market the show, but we got to learn to be more of an attention seeker on social media. Because when we posted that thing, when Chuck was talking about the Kentucky fans, we got to tag people in Kentucky so that it goes viral in Kentucky, because that they'd just be all over it. They'd be all mad. They'd be throwing barbs back at us. They'd just go wild.
And who doesn't want to go viral in Kentucky? I mean, really. When I got into this, that's the first thing I thought of.
I ran out of words. I said, go wild.
Yeah, we're going to go wild.
My
viral,
vocabulary
whatever.
failed me. We go wild.
Whatever. It's always good to be big in Kentucky.
But, when you turn on the TV and you watch this team play, there's two things that come to mind right away for me. Bunch of good athletes, great players. You're excited about that. The second thing that comes to mind is we haven't even scratched the surface of them being a team yet. These, they're vulnerable right now in some ways. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Baylor. Baylor got blown out by 40.
Yeah.
40.
Gonzaga killed
40.
Well, it's 38, actually. But that's a lot.
Was it 38?
I think so.
I apologize.
What was it, Bart?
It was 38.
38.
What happened there, Bart? Is Baylor just not that good? What happened? Were they missing somebody?
I mean, yeah. Me personally, I don't think Baylor's a top 10 team. I don't think they were they should have been in the top 10 entering the season. I think Gonzaga is clearly a much better team than they are. Gonzaga is also a veteran team. They have a lot of older guys. Nolan Hickman, Caliph Battle.
So that's a big
there.
part of it early.
Yeah, you've got guys who have played the game a long time, who know what they're doing. Not saying Baylor doesn't have some of those guys; they certainly do. The transfer from Miami, Omeyer. But I just think Gonzaga's on a totally different level than Baylor right now. That doesn't mean, like we're talking about Arkansas and how they're going to continue to get better and become a team as the year goes on. That doesn't mean the same won't be true for Baylor. But if you ask me right now, Arkansas is a lot better team than Baylor.
Like today?
Right now.
Do we have a line on this game yet?
I haven't seen one, but
I just think in non-conference play, every game's unpredictable. Look at TCU. TCU plays an exhibition game against Texas. They lose by 30. They play Arkansas, and at times they made Arkansas look like what they were, the more inexperienced team. And I'm not talking about all playing together. I'm just talking about the amount of time you played college ball. So, things happen in non-conference games, and I suspect it'll be more competitive. Baylor will be much more competitive Saturday night than they were in their opener against Gonzaga.
You'll get one of their best efforts.
Probably so. Probably
after
so.
a game like that.
877-377-6963 if you want to hop on the Chuck and Bo Show this morning. It's 8:12. I want to tell you about the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine, because it's important, and you may not realize how important sleeping is. And if you're struggling to sleep, you find yourself tired all the time, you need to get that investigated. You need to get checked out, because it can lead to serious health problems like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, stroke, even death. If you suffer from sleep apnea, you don't like wearing your CPAP, the good news is there are surgical alternatives that you could use to breathe better. Dr. Scotty Bolding's an Arkansas native. He's a world-renowned surgeon, and he can help improve your airway, help you breathe better all day, not just at night, all day. Some of us are struggling to breathe, and we don't know why. Get it checked out. The Precedent Center for Facial in dental medicine. You can call them at 479-755-3000. The Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine. Breathe Better, Arkansas. Dr. Scotty Bolden can help. We're back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number one.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweating 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatingthemcosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's fall cleanup time at Gray Brothers Equipment. From the large M7 Series cab Kubotas to the L2502, the best-selling compact tractor in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Gray Brothers and Kubota will make your fall cleanup a breeze. With great pricing and interest rates as low as 0% for 84 months, they're making fall cleanup enjoyable again at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon. Now through 12/31/2024, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based gram
He means
things.
the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
What makes Crabtree RV Center different? First, we are a fourth-generation family-owned business, taking pride in making your family's dreams come true. No corporate mentality here. Second, we've been in business for 74 years, founded in 1950 here in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas area. We are not going anywhere. What does that mean for our customers? A family feel with no corporate hidden fees. The reassurance that we will be here for generations to come, and knowledgeable salespeople who want to pick the right RV for your family to make lifetime memories in. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Now, here's the thing about these injury reports, and I
Arkansas
know they're all
quarterback
new.
Talon Green.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Is listed as?
He's not listed.
Not at all.
When a player's not listed on the injury report, he's not injured. That's kind of how it works.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
People think Bart's having a Taylor Swift hangover.
Yeah, we got poll numbers. What's going on here? I heard you say something about poll numbers.
Well, I was wondering if the Hey Dude poll
where
had
the
changed.
where are the Hey Dude
People wear
numbers
Hey
at
Dudes
now?
or not. You're gonna have to. You and Ev are gonna have to get this figured out. You got to get him a mic, and then he'll leave you on.
77% say no. They do not wear Hey
I don't
Dudes.
mind walking the road less traveled in my Hey Dudes.
Well, I just can't. I see Hey Dudes everywhere. Like it's just you go to a place, there's going to be more Hey Dudes than anything else. But our listeners are on a different level.
Well, our texters are. Some they're just being contrarians.
Yeah. Did you hear me that some people think Bart's having a Taylor Swift hangover? That's why he spilled coffee.
I think
That's why he's
Bart's
in a
just
tough
upset.
mood.
He spilled coffee, and he didn't like messing up the carpet.
We all have bad days. I don't know why we don't expect Bart not to have any. Right? I mean, I'm sorry.
Bart's just fed up.
We're going to be fine.
What'd you think of the game last night? You're the college basketball aficionado in here.
Yeah, I think the positive thing is that I saw a lot of room for growth for this team, right? And they're already really good and really talented, but there's a lot of room for them to get better. Which, I mean, look, that's not unexpected. It's the first game of the year, but this is a really talented group. They can, you mentioned this earlier. They can really just kind of flip the switch. That's how talented they are. It's been a while since we've seen a team like that here at Arkansas. Like, we've seen some good teams, but not a team necessarily as talented as this that can just kind of flip it on. There a couple like like Daryl Macon and Jalen Barford kind of had that ability to just kind of turn it on, especially Macon when they really needed a bucket. Arkansas has like 5, 6, 7 of those guys on this team. Like, as a group, they can really turn it on when they need to, and that matters. And that's what wins you games in SEC play. That's what wins you games in tournament situations. This is a good, talented team, and they're only going to get better, and it's going to be really fun to watch. They've got a lot of interesting pieces that fit together.
We're putting together a little Sports Center set here.
We are.
We went over to the basketball center. Host of Inside College Basketball, Bart Pullman, with some good analysis. Now, here's my question for you. Will they continue to struggle shooting the three? Will this be something we talk about all season? It's, sometimes there's a season begins and there's a problem and it goes away, right?
Sure.
And other times that's just part of the makeup of a team. They don't have 3-point shooters.
Yeah, I don't think they're as bad a 3-point shooting team as they showed last night. Certainly not. Like, they have guys who are capable shooters. Now, they don't have, I don't think, anybody who's going to just light the world on fire night after night after night. They don't have a Dusty Hannas, for example, on this team who's just going to shoot 40%, 43% from deep. But they have capable shooters. They're going to be able to knock down shots. You got to take good shots, though. You can't settle for threes. That's where you end up with these poor shooting percentages from deep, is when you settle for bad threes, or when you don't run the offense, you don't drive the ball. And I think they're going to continue to learn how to work as a team and play off each other, and everything is going to the offense is going to run smoother and smoother. And yeah, they're going to have some really good 3-point shooting performances.
They scored 76 points last night, and 54 of them were in the paint. That means they can beat anybody off the dribble. And there's going to be drives and kicks, and guys are going to make three-pointers. You want to shoot them within the framework of what you're doing. We've seen early on, and I agree with Bart, you've seen early on some forced threes really isn't the way to put it, but just settling for threes probably might be the better way to put it. But they can get to the rim in a hurry.
I want to say last season that was a big problem. Look, when you can score in the paint, it's a game changer, right? Because the percentage of the shot's much higher. And when your shot's not falling, being able to get in the paint or have big guys that can score around the basket. They only had 6 second chance points last night, 23 points off fast breaks, which a lot of that came off turnovers. But yeah, when you score 54 points in the paint, that's kind of a fail safe.
Right.
In a lot of games.
And just look at the last 2 years for the Razorbacks. They only scored 50 or more points in the paint 7 times in the last 2 years.
Over 2 seasons.
Over 2 seasons. And like, this is going to be something they're going to be able to do, I think, on a regular basis. Maybe not 50-plus points in the paint, but 40-plus points in the paint. That wins you a lot of ball games.
The one thing that's going to, I think, get better as we go along is the sharing of the ball, for lack of a better way to put it. They made 34 field goals last night, and they had 10 assists. Now, that's negated by the fact that you scored 54 of your 76 points in the paint. And sometimes if you go back and look at the highlights, a lot of times, it was guys beating them off the dribble, going to the rim, taking the shot themselves. I suspect when we get into conference play, a lot of those guys that are beating people off the dribble, they're not going to get all the way necessarily to the rim, put the shot up themselves. There's going to be a dish somewhere. So I think the assist totals are going to go up. But, I just think when you go inside the numbers, there are some things that are a sign of a group that's not played together. But then you watch them and you see the individual ability and you realize that as they come together, when they come together, they're going to be really good. Because, again, 54 of 76 in the paint, you're doing some things athletically the other guys can't stop.
68% on twos last night. Yeah. Okay? Like, and you want to
Boogie's
look at...
got a mid-range game. We got guys with mid-range games.
You want to look at a national championship type profile? That's what those teams are really good at. Look at UConn the past 2 years. They have dominated the interior. They've dominated inside the arc. Yeah, they've had shooters, but they just kill it inside the arc, and that's what this team can do.
Man, we're talking sports, guys.
Yeah, we're really delving into
deep into sports here. It's a little heavy for a morning show.
We're getting
golly, holy cow! We went straight.
Look, I got fired up. We started talking about my favorite sport.
Well, I know Bart started going there.
Put it on the poll: more sports or more Hey Dudes? By the way, if you're running for office anytime soon, like, do not make Hey Dudes part of your platform. It is a divisive issue. I mean, I'm seeing like these texts coming in. And, I mean, literally, Ryan and Prairie Grove, we don't live that Hey Dude life in these parts.
Well,
yeah.
okay.
Stoner, a great name from Nashville. We wear work boots, steel-toed work boots.
You wear them around the house?
Hey Dudes are for softies, is what he's trying to say.
I don't care. I don't claim to be a guy that puts on work boots every morning. I don't see anybody else wearing work boots in here either.
Do you ever roll up your sleeves?
On occasion, I'll roll up my sleeves.
What is the signal that I should?
It's never going to happen in this studio because this is the coldest studio I've ever been in my life. You can see your breath. You can see your breath in here. It's unbelievable. Everybody in here is bundled up except you. I don't know what your deal is. But, I mean, Edward's got a hoodie on. Bart's got a hoodie. He's wearing socks. He's wearing knee socks. I mean, it's freezing in here.
Edward's layered up.
I know. Well, hell, it's cold.
It's not cold in here.
I don't know.
Studios are meant to be cold.
I'm not saying that it's not, you should be in here burning up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a little chilly. Just a little chilly.
What's
that's all.
like when you're rolling up your sleeves, what does that mean though?
It means
like,
it's hot.
No,
that's why you'll never see
like
it
business,
in here. It means it's
doesn't
warm.
Mean like you're
I don't do things for show, Bo. I'm not like a weather guy on TV. Oh my God, we're having a storm. I got to roll my sleeves up. Although I do like that effect. I do enjoy that effect, but no, I don't feel the need to roll my sleeves.
Cash at Mountain Home says he wears Crocs every day.
You got a problem with that?
I mean, I think people should wear what they're comfortable in, especially when it comes to shoes. I just kind of wonder, like it's a thing for some people.
There are those who are really concerned about style, and then there are those who aren't. I kind of fall into the latter
You're
category.
You're a substance
now.
guy.
Yeah, I'm a substance guy.
Yeah.
And, you UTV types are, sometimes the other way.
Yeah, that's another thing. Writers don't respect TV people.
Well, they don't like electronic media people. Period. End of story.
Yeah. Still. And
after all these years.
And then they all went to TV. All the writers went to TV.
Well, everyone wants
All the
to be
sports
multimedia
writers.
now.
Yeah,
Everyone wants that.
Pete Thamel, latest example.
Yeah.
Game day.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
By
He
the
looks
way-
a little awkward on there, though.
Yeah.
He does not look comfortable.
He's not a TV guy.
He does not look comfortable.
Yeah, but substance over style.
Well,
he's going to get the facts right.
Yeah, I understand all that.
But you got to have a certain.
You've got to be able
ability.
to combine everything together. You've got to be the total package in this day and age. You got to be able to do it all.
That's Bart.
I think that's understood.
Who do you think cares less about what others think, you or Bart?
Oh, I think it's me. Bart cares. Bart cares. He may not admit it, but Bart cares.
You know what today is? Do you have any rebuttal to that, Bart? Or you?
Bart knows he cares.
Bart is so.
I meant it as a
I
compliment.
more know that Chuck doesn't.
Bart is still so mad about spilling that coffee. Or maybe it was.
I don't think he's mad about that. I think we should dig deeper. I think it's something
Let's
else.
not.
I think it's something else.
Do we need to go
Hey,
deeper? Bart?
to my earlier point, 9 of the last 12 national champions were in the top 50 in 2-point percentage the year they won the title.
One more time.
9 of the last 12 national champions ranked in the top 50 nationally in 2-point percentage.
You got to be able to. I mean, sometimes
You got to be able to get the ball in the basket.
Lots of times you look at a team shot chart at the made baskets. It's either layup or 3-pointer. And, you see that a lot in college basketball. Not among the teams that win a lot, but you see it out there.
You know what today is?
What?
National Cash Back Day. Could somebody explain that to me? National Cash Back Day.
I would like some cash back.
Is this an awareness thing? Do you do that? Do you do cash back?
You do cash back on your debit card, like when you go to the store.
Yeah,
you guys
like
ever
when
do
you're
that?
at Walmart, do you
I don't
use
do
your
that.
debit card? By the way, I don't understand anybody that uses, and I know a lot of people do. There's another thing. This is more important than Hey Dudes. Why would you use your debit card to pay for things? Why would you pay for things in cash unless cash is required for various reasons? But why would you use your debit card? You don't get points, do you?
Well,
credit cards give you points.
Some people are uncomfortable with credit cards.
Really?
Yeah. I know people who don't have a single credit card.
What is uncomfortable about credit cards?
Well, because you
don't
gotta,
ask me.
You
I'm not
got to
the- I'm not
pay
the
it at
person
the
to
end of the
ask.
month, and if you don't pay it on time, your interest rate shoots up. People fall into that trap. I think some people like the debit card because it's over. It's clean.
Yeah.
And
you get cash back.
It's like paying cash for something. It's you don't have to worry about it after you buy it.
We're pulling ourselves along today. It's the Thursday after an election, Tuesday. Yesterday was weird. Today's a little less weird.
Tyler's living on he's living off the grid. He says cash is the only way to spend money because the government can't track it.
Oh,
there you go.
Are we sure about that?
He's a sovereign state guy.
Are we sure about that?
Sovereign citizen.
8:31. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been waiting to say this for 5 years. Sterling in Center Ridge.
This is quite the coup that they have put together. Bo and Chuck, this is a dream team.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank y'all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank y'all.
Touchdown, Arkansas! We fought back. We took a punch, and we answered back. He's going to go!
Johnson's at midfield, and there he goes. 98 yards. I saw it, but I'm not sure I believe it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Aaron, what's going on this month?
We have new Polaris units on our lot, such as the Ranger XD 1500, the Sportsman 6x6, and the Razor Pro S. We have discounts here for the 2024 Polarises that have up to $6,000 off the original price. If you guys have any questions, call me or text me at 479-783-5822.
Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics. What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Look, it's Eminem's birthday.
It is 52.
What's a 52-year-old Eminem look like?
An old guy with tattoos. Lots of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier. You were talking about. No, I mean we were all discussing the On 3 article about Pittman and the hot seat and all that. You know, anymore we've talked about this on the air and off the air too. I mean, you can't even bring up a college football team now without the first discussion being, are you going to fire the coach or not? Listen to Memphis. I know there are people that follow Memphis football to an extent in our state, and they're 7-2 right now. Well, last night they had their coaches show, their coaches radio show. Their coach is a guy named Ryan Silverfield. I don't know anything about him. But their AD.
Bart does.
Do you?
If you need a quick insight.
Is he a friend of yours?
Bart,
Yeah,
Bart knows Memphis.
Close personal friend of mine.
All right.
No, he was the offensive line coach and assistant head coach
when Norvell was there.
When Norvell was
and then
there,
he got the job.
I got you. Be that as it may, last night he was doing his show, and I guess their AD got on the program, and the fans they lost to UT San Antonio to drop them to 7-2 on the year.
Not a bad program.
They think they wanted to go to the playoff as the Group of Five representative. This was the quote from their AD last night on the radio. Nobody's happy with 7-2, but I think we have the right guy leading us. Nobody's happy with 7-2
at Memphis.
And I'm sitting here thinking, if I'm that coach and my AD is getting on the airwaves and saying nobody's happy with 7-2, I'm like, what have I got to do? I mean, Memphis is a program, they've had a certain degree of success in football, but not very much. It's a basketball city. And it's just like, what have we come to?
Well, here's what's
That's a
fascinating.
brand new AD at Memphis, too.
Here's what's strike fascinating. Here's what's really interesting about that. How did they get the expectations that they were going to be better than 7-2 9 games into this season? The same coach built something or continued something to make fans expect something more. So you do that. You have to have success to do that. And then if it doesn't go quite as perfectly as you want it to go, now the guy's not good enough. And here's what's really interesting to me. We talk about this kind of stuff in Arkansas all the time. I love when we can take it outside of Arkansas and talk about Memphis or some other program. So if I told you today, Mississippi State or South Carolina or some other Kentucky, okay, they should want this and they should want that, and why do they expect? You can easily have that conversation rationally. When you bring it in close, we can't be rational about it. Like if you talk, this is what I was kind of getting at the other day. Ask other fans, but you say, oh, no, I don't care. Okay, I get that. But just like you have a different opinion than maybe South Carolina fans have, South Carolina fans would look at you and they wouldn't say, I don't think, hey, oh, that guy's doing a terrible job. You need a new coach. They see a team that maybe is doing a little bit better than people thought they were. So when we talk about Memphis, at Memphis, they're like, oh, this is terrible. We're over here like, what are you talking about? You're 7-2.
Well, they lost a game that I guess they expected to win. And maybe that's what leads to the nobody's happy about being 7-2.
Chuck, that happens everywhere.
No, I understand all that. The point I was going to make was among those 7 wins, there may be a game in there that they could have lost, and they found a way to win. Or maybe there was a game in there that all the breaks went their way. But we've gotten to the point where everyone expects and feels entitled to pretty near perfection. I mean, you don't have to be absolutely perfect, but you need to get pretty close. And these are fan bases that they have no tradition. There's no reason for them to expect that. But they do. Because in college football now, you're either a playoff contender or you need to fire your coach.
So I can hear it right now that Chuck said Arkansas fans expect perfection. And then somebody's,
I didn't say that.
I agree you didn't say that. I'm saying that's what somebody's going to take, and they're going to say, I don't want perfection. I just want, and what I want to hear is fill in the blank. I don't need perfection at Arkansas. I just want what?
Well, now,
fill in the blank for me.
Well, now let's not rewrite history. We've had 7 and 8 win coaches, and we've run them off. So let's not act like.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Your expectations change.
So if you're the fan saying I don't expect perfection, I just want blank.
Well,
fill in the blank. Tell me what goes in the blank.
It probably is
and
different
not the
for
F word.
everybody else.
David or
Brent.
No, not Brent.
Mouth. You can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, you're Brent and Cersei.
We got Brent with us.
Sorry, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
What's going on, man?
First off, I want to talk about this basketball team. They are fun to watch, Chuck.
They are. There's a lot of good athletes. You're right.
Hey, Boogie Flan just keeps on boogieing. That's all I can say. That name is apropos. Because I should have missed it. I could have missed. Did we ever end up hitting a 3-pointer last night?
Yeah, they made 4. Made 4 of them. It took a while, but they made 4.
It took but I want to tell you, as that athletic director at Memphis ought to be ashamed of himself. He ought to figure out. He ought to know where they came from to be 7-2 before Justin Fuente and Mike Norvell were there that got them on the map.
The golden age of Tommy West is way behind him now.
Ooh. Yeah, the golden, exactly. I just want to say this. I would take 7-2 after 9 games, 7 days a week, and 6 times on Saturday.
Well, if you're an SEC team at 7-2, you're in the playoff hunt. Group of 5, 7-2, you're not.
Well, that's true. What time is the game Saturday against Baylor? 6:30, right?
That's
Am
correct.
I right on that?
You are correct on the U.
On ESPN.
On the U, ESPN U.
Oh, I'll have to listen to Coach Z and Chuck on the radio because I can't handle ESPNU announcers. I'm just telling you.
I don't know who's on the game Saturday night. I have no idea.
John Schifrin and Jimmy Dykes.
Okay.
Oh, look.
Asked and answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy, who is John Schifrin? I've never heard of him.
Isn't he the guy that called the game against Kansas, the exhibition game? Same guy, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't put Jimmy with just anybody.
That's true. You got to put Jimmy with the A team. You know what I mean?
I do.
But, okay. Y'all have a great day. Hey, Bo, who do the Purple Dogs have tomorrow night?
Harbor.
Is it playoff time?
Harbor
yet?
Wildcats. Springdale Harbor.
Thank you, Brent.
Yep.
When do the playoffs start?
The next one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes, Brent, go ahead.
So you might not even need to have to put out the tent like you do for this game.
Don't put that on us. We need to go play well and win the game. I'll be on the equipment crew.
Dad /
I'm gonna be unloading the trailer, getting the waters ready, helping with the crew. We got a great crew.
They still have chain gang.
Great booster
They still
club
have chain
crew.
gangs in
Dana
high
and
school
Brad
football?
Boring do a great job. Yeah.
You do the chain gang stuff.
I
every
did
once in a while?
that in JV. I when Ty played JV, I did the chain gang. So you're on the opposite sideline for a home game. So I'm on the Bentonville sideline for a JV game. I might have told this story before. Jody Grant, the Bentonville coach, comes by. He says, "Which one's your kid?" I tell him. He comes by like 5 minutes later, and he says, "I think he should get a DNA test." This is the life I live now. But the playoffs start next week.
Okay.
So some teams will have a bye, and some teams will play, and then everybody will be playing by the week after in the playoffs.
Everyone that's in the playoffs will be playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got some teams with a bye next week is what I'm saying.
got you.
Not everybody's playing.
I got you.
It's 8:46. I mean, you're not going to get that kind of info just
No.
anywhere. But the Chuck and Bo
That's
show.
a little more than I really
We
was
have been
bargaining
talking
for.
sports and hey dudes today. I mean, we're covering it for you, and it's National Cash Back Day, along with National Men Make Dinner Day. I may have just ruined your day. I apologize. 8:47. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everyone remembers the Florida A&M game, and later became known here in Pulaski County as Rattlergate.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, we understand the importance of those moments. That's why we offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find the perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what on time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
What's new and what's on sale at Wheeler Power Sports? Many new bikes, quads, and side-by-sides from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Polaris are arriving weekly. New to the dealership, the Polaris Ranger XD 1500, Kawasaki Ridge with a full cabin, HVAC, and the all-new Brute Force 450. Plus, we have rebates and dealer discounts totaling as much as $6,000 off certain side-by-sides. WheelerPowersports.com. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I'm telling you, this is what it does.
It's the spirit.
It's the spirit.
I got you.
It's the excitement of the weekend.
I got you.
You wake up, you're a better dad, you're a better husband, you're a better boyfriend, you're a better friend, you're a better neighbor, you're a better person. How could you not be?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Got some reaction here for my question. Fill in the blank.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm not asking Arkansas for perfection. I just want blank. What is it? Hey, guys, Hibbs from Farmington here. As a fan, all caps, I think all we want to do is win the games that are close. For instance, we should be 7-2 with losses to Ole Miss and LSU. We have to win the other games that you're close in, period. Agree or disagree? It's Hibbs and Farmington.
I don't necessarily want to be disagreeable with what he said, but I mean, every team in the SEC is going to play a lot of close games. The idea that you're going to win all your close games is, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen anywhere. So you want to win the majority of them, though, that's for sure.
Derek in Jonesboro, when Memphis takes it to Arkansas next season, you'll understand. I cleaned up his text, by the way. You'll understand why they aren't happy being 7-2. It's called expecting to win and how a real program carries itself.
Give me a break.
It's how a real program carries itself. They expect to win.
That is, that's as armchair quarterback a statement as you ever hear. Well, we expect to win. I mean, it's just part of the expect. I've been around a while. I can remember when Memphis football, the expectation was let's just get out on the field without everybody falling down. So let's not sit here and act like this is some kind of traditional football powerhouse. They're good. And I give them full credit for that. But the idea that nobody's happy about being in 7-2, that's it appeals to people like, Derek.
Just carry yourself that way.
Yeah.
Expect to win. Don't accept anything else, whatever. I mean, there's just so many holes in that and so much more. It's a very simplistic thing to say, quite frankly. And, again, I'll ask the question. And it's amazing. It really is. Okay? It's amazing to me that when you ask the question in this way, the answers are crickets. Like, we all gripe and we all complain, not just about Arkansas football and their record when things aren't the way you'd like for them to be, or when something doesn't go right in life, wherever it is. Very few times do we take the extra step to talk about the solution beyond just get another coach. Just get another coach, it'll solve everything. You're actually seeing Cal as an example of, you can hire one guy and a lot of things can change. It's such a rare example, which I would shift the topic just slightly here for a moment. Be appreciative of that. That just doesn't happen very often. And football is a completely different animal. It's not apples to apples. But rarely do you just hire somebody and everything changes. That's why people are getting fired every year all over the place. NFL, college, buyouts. I mean, if we tallied all the buyout money in college football the last 5 years, I mean, we're over hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's the part that just continues to boggle
it's
my mind.
It's National Cashback Day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bart had a line. I'm telling you, Edward's not going to leave your mic on until you get him the mic. That was yesterday. Did it come in? We'll get Edward plugged in for tomorrow.
Spare mic over.
Chuck and Bo Show. Have a great Thursday. We'll try and do better tomorrow.
There's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state. And you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the